It's time now for a look at the press with Elitsa Kadeva. Good to see you, Elitsa. So, as Palestinian detainees are being released by Israel as part of the ceasefire deal, more details about their treatment is emergent. Tell us more.
That's right. Many stories in the press. The Guardian here reports that Palestinian leader Marwan Barghouti was assaulted by Israeli prison guards. That's what his son said, adding that his family currently fears for his life. And according to his son, he was beaten unconscious by 8 prison guards while being transferred from prison to prison. And similar story here in Al Jazeera that cites medics who work in Gaza who found signs of torture on Palestinian bodies returned by Israel. And these medics said that the bodies were handcuffed and blindfolded, which indicates that so-called field executions may have taken place. Horror stories also in the Palestinian Chronicle here, detailing systematic torture and a brutal system of repression inside Israeli prisons. And I want to focus on this opinion piece by left-wing Israeli paper Haaretz, which asks, will Israelis one day say, I was against it, speaking about the atrocity committed by their government? The opinion piece says that the cruelty of the Israeli society is getting even more sophisticated to protect their spoils. And the article says that maybe some will one day grasp the scope of the atrocity that Israel committed in the Gaza Strip.
Well, we've also been hearing similar horror stories from Israeli hostages. What are the Israeli papers saying about that?
That's right. The Jerusalem Post here, Israeli paper, tells the story of Rom Braslavsky, one of the hostages who was forced to convert to Islam and fast during Ramadan. He was also held alone for 2 years and went through a lot of psychological abuse. And finally, the Times of Israel is reporting on similar horror stories. Families of freed hostages say that the road to recovery is going to be a very long one, painting a picture of starvation, suffering, and physical and psychological abusing.
Well, Lisa, let's move on now. We're going to move to South Korea, where a scam scandal has shaken the country.
That's right. Geo here reports that according to Seoul, around 1,000 South Koreans are held captive and forced to work in scam centers in Cambodia. The news comes a few weeks after the death of a South Korean student there, which is attributed to the criminal networks that control these centers. And the Korea Herald reports that Seoul banned travel to some of Cambodia's regions that are related to these scams amid a surge in what it calls abductions. And Seoul also said it wants to repatriate about 60 Koreans who are, quote, detained in Cambodia. And Cambodia Daily here also reports on the story, saying that the governments of the two countries are going to work together in order to investigate and dismantle the cybercrime network there. And the article says that there are growing calls for regional cooperation to dismantle human trafficking and cybercrime, not only in Cambodia, but also in Myanmar and Laos.
Well, Lisa, are there reports about what exactly happened in these scam centers then?
Yeah, there's this feature article in the Korea Times that spoke to 2 men, and one of them says that he was lured by a false job offer that was promising good money and basically a nice apartment in Cambodia. And once he flew there, however, he was taken directly to a voice phishing company. And then once he refused to cooperate and work there, he was beaten with metal pipes. And another man said he was forced to work with his ankles chained together, and he was handcuffed to his bed during the night so he cannot escape. And the men were referred only by their room number, so for example 1312, and there were a couple of failed attempts to escape, but finally they managed to go back home. And amid all that, the Cambodian government is trying to diffuse a bit the tension. That's what South China Morning Post reports. It says that the Interior Ministry posted a video of a South Korean woman praising Cambodia as a peaceful and warm country. And also that woman on the video says that what we see in the news isn't the full picture.
Well, we're going to move on because we're moving from Earth to space, and you have some news on aliens. Tell us more.
That's right. The Guardian here cites a scientific research that says that aliens are perhaps bored and they don't want to reach Earth because, well, there have been a couple of failed attempts, but they just cannot and they've given up. So, Inka, maybe it's because they're also reading all of the horrible news here on Earth.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to come either. Alita, thank you so much for that. Alita Kadeva there with a look at the international papers of the day.